down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Hi. We're going to go ahead and get started with week 4. Remember this story? Good morning. We're going to keep working with Michael Jordan today. It is day 16 of distance learning, 2nd grade. It is April 20th. You guys, we have successfully completed this entire chart. I think I did that on Friday too. But you know the cool thing? Every single one of my families, every single one of you came and picked up your printed distance learning packet, which actually includes all of the work that we will need to finish out the school year. Unfortunately, we learned yesterday that our school buildings are going to be closed for the rest of the year. I don't like the term schools closed. School's not closed. I'm still coming to my classroom every day. I'm still connecting with my students almost every day. I'm connecting with their parents often. So although we are not in our traditional brick and mortar classroom, please know that this is school, and school is still open. In fact, school is always open if you are willing to learn something new every day. Isn't that the point of school? Just to learn something new? Those packets that we picked up that are going to guide our distance learning right here, they were separated a little bit differently. And actually, the only thing that you need out of this entire packet today is this blue sheet. All your other papers, we had already prepared you just in case this happened. We were trying to be proactive way back in the beginning of this pandemic. Let's go ahead and look at that blue. It's now a blue check sheet and see what we have in store for Monday, week 4, April 20th. We're going to do an ELA, read a nonfiction text. We did this 2 weeks ago. So we're going to do that same format again. This time, we're going to read about Michael Jordan. And we are going to use the graphic organizer. We'll read all those. And then we're going to use our graphic organizer to fill in these boxes about Michael Jordan. We're going to give a little bit about his childhood, his early career, his accomplishments, and his legacy. Now today, all we're going to do is read and highlight right here. So get those highlighters out and try and find what is the main topic of each box. So as a child, Michael Jordan, nicknamed Air Jordan, late on in his career, was born on February 17th, 1963, in Brooklyn, New York. Not long after he was born, he moved to Wilmington, North Carolina with his family. Having a competitive nature, Jordan loved playing sports at a very early age. One might think that he won every game that he played, but that was not the case. Let's take a journey through Michael Jordan's life. And if you remember properly, Don't you think maybe that's what this book was all about? So what was the main point of that little section that I read? Right here. How could we turn like all this information into one good sentence about Michael Jordan's life as a child? Highlight those words that are really important and create your own sentence. If you find that the box is too small to write this way, problem solve, turn it this way and write your sentences going like this or going like this. And of course, if you need more space, you can use loose leaf. I have to sneeze. Next, that's the 2 ELA. We also have a bold ELA, continue working on writing piece throughout the week due Friday. That is going to be taking this, and we're going to do this writing piece, we're going to do it smaller. We're going to have a writing piece this week. We're going to focus on 1 paragraph. And I really want to see this time that focus sentence. We're actually going to have 4 detail sentences, and then we're going to have a wrap up. So an introduction, Michael Jordan, good hook. Why are we going to talk about Michael? Then a great sentence about his childhood, a great sentence about his early career, 1 about his accomplishments, 1 about his legacy, and then that wrap-up sentence that pulls it all together to remind us why we read about Michael. I know the last writing assignment we did was 3 paragraphs, but again, this one just has to be 1. I really want to focus on that structure and make sure that we have a solid understanding of paragraph formation as we move forward towards 3rd grade. Next is a math lesson, and we are doing what are called tangrams. It is lesson 6, problem set. Identify each polygon labeled in the tangram as precisely as possible in the space below. So we're going to be using those names of the 2D shapes to identify those. Well, what is a tangram? I know that someone would have asked that question in the classroom, so I pulled up the definition for you. A tangram is a dissection puzzle consisting of 7 flat shapes called tans, which are put together to form shapes. The objective of this puzzle is to form a certain shape using all 7 pieces, which cannot overlap. Tangrams can teach kids about spatial relationships. These can help kids learn geometric terms and develop stronger problem-solving skills. We love those skills. We're going to work on this side, finishing this one up. I'm going to ask you to actually read those instructions yourself. If you need help, you know what to do. We're going to go on to the back also. And the neat part about this is that questions 4 and 5 actually want you to cut out this tangram so that you can use it to solve those 2 problems. And those were questions 4 and 5. One thing that is fun to do with this, if you so desire, color it in, cut them out. You can even put them onto another piece of paper, construction paper or cardboard, so that they're a little bit thicker. Maybe if you have some extra Scotch tape or packing tape around the home, you can make a layer over them so they become thicker. But they are a lot of fun to play with and try and make different designs. You can go onto the internet with your parents' permission and find a lot of different tangram puzzles to solve. And then science. It is cloudy here in Port Orange, but that's really good for today's activity. We're not talking about clouds anymore. We're all done with clouds. We're going to move on to one of my favorite things to study. Bugs. We've got my bug briefcase, and it actually says go outside and observe 4 different insects. Before you saw that page in your science packet, we did provide you with some vocabulary for this next science lesson. We have words like egg, larva, pupa, adult, insect, metamorphosis, exoskeleton, and invertebrate. Nothing on the back. So if you want to glue this down in your distance learning notebook, that's a perfect place to keep it. We also provided you with the anchor charts. We have compound eyes. We have a diagram of the insect which points out and labels the pieces of their body. We have a definition and an example of an exoskeleton, a diagram of a bee to take those pieces and show you what that would look like. And then on the back, we have pollination. I've been spending a lot of time outside myself, and I have noticed a lot of insects. I mean, like more than normal. And I'm typically outside anyway. A lot of butterflies in my yard, a lot of caterpillars in my yard, a lot of mud wasps too. Yeah, but those are 3 that I could use in my bug briefcase. So now that we're getting towards the end of 2nd grade and moving towards 3rd grade, I would not be requiring you to color these things because it's not a standard, but it is very good for your fine motor skills. Holding that coloring material properly in your hand and then trying to really go in patiently and precisely, that is a very helpful skill for life. So kids, do the thing. It won't hurt. It won't hurt. I promise. We're going to go to the back and right here. So as I said, maybe I put mud wasp, and I'm not even sure if that's the real name of the bug, so I would research it and look it up. I'm going to draw a little picture, maybe write 2 or 3 sentences, what the bug looked like, and then the behaviors that you observed. That would be 2 if you wanted to add a 3rd of your own for a great detail. You go ahead, you motivated student. And that's it. Once you're done with that, maybe you can rewatch Space Jam, because we did get to watch that in the class as our last compliment poster prize. Maybe you can grab that basketball, go out, shoot a couple hoops today. Keep pursuing those dreams and goals that you have, just like Michael Jordan did. We will see each other again. I promise you, we will make it happen. Let me know how I can be of assistance today. Contact me through Microsoft Teams. Please get your extra math done. Please check into MobyMax. As you saw on the top of the blue checklist, it continues to say MobyMax, extra math, independent reading. Keep those things up, boys and girls. It's not just about the skills, but it's about developing that pattern of behavior that's going to lead you to being successful later in life. We'll meet you soon for our Zoom meeting at 11:15. I'm going to head over to Teams and get that invite out now. Have a great day, everybody. We will see you real soon. I'm going to go play ball. Let's see. Go out the right way.